What up, YouTube? So today's gonna be part 6 of the Honda Civic ekk2 k24 swap, and today we're gonna be getting pretty much everything bled out and the AC system installed. Try to finish everything up to where it can get driving. We got to get the car back on its wheels and tires. It's pretty much, since the axles are already installed, get the wheels on here. We're gonna bleed the clutch right now. We have the AC kit we're gonna be installing from Hybrid Racing. And then we're gonna be installing our radiator hoses. We gotta take these tabs out right here so we can install the radiator over here, and then the AC condenser is gonna come over here. We got all the hoses and stuff, so we're gonna get that installed. And then we gotta get our throttle cable on here, our brake booster, and then yeah, we gotta get a hose coming from here to get to the power steering to finish that up. A lot of little things that we just need to finish up so we can get it going and get to the exhaust, and that'll pretty much be it for this car. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and start knocking out the clutch, getting that bled right now, and then we're gonna get to the brake booster hose as well and do the throttle cable, and then we'll come back. All right, so we're back now. We got our clutch bled, we have our throttle cable connected now, and then we went ahead and got the brake booster hose connected now, so all three of those are good. Next thing we want to get to is probably the heater hoses. We're gonna finish those, get that ready so we can start installing the radiator stuff. So we're gonna do the hoses, and then we're gonna start getting to the AC kit. This is the Hybrid Racing AC kit, and pretty much, so this one right here is gonna come off of the evap right here and go straight into the condenser. And then we have this one. It's gonna come off of the actual condenser on the inside. And then this one's gonna go from the AC pump to, I believe, the top of the condenser, which is right here. And then the other one is just gonna connect from, which is this one, from the AC pump back to the inside. So it's a pretty simple setup. I mean, they give you these little brackets for the AC condenser. Now this is even for 92 through 95 or not Integris, but 92 through 95. You still have to use this condenser, which is 96 to 2000. So since this is a 96 to 2000, we're just gonna keep the stock one. I'm also waiting for the slim fan. This fan won't work on here, so hopefully that should come in soon, but we can at least get it all mocked up and get it ready. So I'm gonna go ahead and start installing that in the heater hoses, and then we'll come back. All right, so let's start with the AC lines we got. So the bottom one is gonna be factory all the way over to pretty much the other side of the evap canister. So that one's not touched. So the top one, this is your main one they start with. This one, it does take a minute to bend in because it's meant for different chassis. So that takes a good like 10-15 minutes to get this bent perfectly. And then this is the other side of the hose that they give you, which goes to the AC compressor. So those are the first two hoses. The third hose is gonna basically be from the compressor to the condenser right here. And then the last hose is gonna be pretty much connecting the evap canister to the condenser right here. And then that's pretty much it. So it's a basic setup from Hybrid Racing. We did that. We got the heater hoses going. I just gotta get another clamp from the store. Other than that, next thing we're gonna do is I gotta finish putting the downpipe on here, and then we're gonna get the exhaust cover on here, so look a little cleaner in here. Get the battery tray back on here, and we're gonna be getting to the radiator next. So we're gonna take these tabs out and then reposition it, get the radiator in here, get the hoses on here, and then that way we can wire up the fan switch to the hoses, the adapter hoses I've got. And then we also need to pretty much just tighten up the suspension. I think we got the 32 and 14. We just gotta do the 17, put a cotter pin at the bottom 17, and then finish tighten down the tie rod ends with some cotter pins, and then we can put the wheels and tires back on here. Yeah, so we're gonna get that going, and then pretty much that's almost ready to go take it out for a drive. We can bleed the radiator system and everything, all that, but still got a couple things we got to do. We still got to go get to the store and go get this hose for the power steering and a couple other things, but we'll knock those other things out first, and then we'll come back and then see what we're gonna do next. All right, guys, so we're back now. Gonna go for a first start real quick, make sure everything's good, make sure there's no leaks, and kind of bleed the system a little bit, top up the power steering and everything, make sure that's good. See if it starts up. So we're on the road now with the ekk2. I'm just shifting one-handed and I'm barely like giving the throttle. Like I still on full throttle, but just to show you guys, I mean the clutch still needs to break in and everything, but if you're looking for a car with power steering, AC, and just good enough power, I feel like the K24 is a perfect setup, especially now with the K20s getting a little bit higher in mileage. So the JDM K24 is just the way, especially RBB3. Shout out to Redline, always hooking it up with a good motor and everything. So we're running on K-Tuner right now, 0506 engine harness, 0506 transmission with the RBB K24. We just got intake and exhaust pretty much. I mean, and this is still really, really good power. I mean, you can see, watch when I punch it in first gear, it literally just spins the tires. Chase RPM, I'd probably say the K24 is the better. I like both engines because I like the K20. I like the sound of the engine better than the K24, to be honest. But it's to each its own. Like I said, some people like high revs. I like a little bit of both. So I mean, if I get probably a built K24, I'd probably like that better. But the sound over everything is definitely K20. But for a simple K24 setup with 6-speed, it does the job, I think. I mean, it hits 100 pretty quick, and I'm barely like shifting. I'm not like going all out right now, so this shows you what the potential this car's got. This is not with an oil pump kit or 50-degree VDC. I know a lot of people hear stories and rumors that you have to run that. Not necessarily. You can run the motor as is and still have fun. But if you want that little extra power, I guess, yeah, the K24 with all the K20 parts, yeah, will work just fine. But yeah, this car pulls really good. AC blows cold, power steering feels good. Overall, just a perfect daily, and can literally still make some good moves at the track. Other other than that, that's pretty much it. I'll do a couple more rips, and that'll be it for this video. Customer's coming to pick the car up right now, so just wanted to finish off this video for you guys. Next video, we got the budget EG hatch coming back. I gotta go pick that car up actually, and then a lot of builds coming now that I'm stable now with my place where I'm at now. So other than that, guys, if you haven't, like, share, subscribe, comment, let me know what you guys think. See you guys on the next video.